the pledge?
We don't usually.
Okay, I can't remember.
I was trying to think too, but I will just. Officer position that we're filling. So we need to make a, I don't know, is it appointment? Is that our terminology we're using? And you want to go that way, or you want me to start it?
So you're making an appointment to meet him or what?
No, not an appointment. Or
A hire.
to hire.
Oh,
Sorry, an appointment. to
Hire.
Yes.
Motion?
Motion. Sorry, motion. That is the word I'm sitting. I think.
very confused here.
I gotta choose the right word.
Okay.
Motion. Make a motion to hire Michael Marsh.
I'll second.
Oh, you made the motion? Okay, moved and seconded. Ron?
Yes.
Megan?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
And Scott?
Yes.
Okay. And then we also have some other paperwork here.
There's been some discussion amongst the departments and filling some of the financial problems, or not financial, or financial unknowns, I guess, with state taxes and things like that. And I know there has been some discussion with the Department of Homeland Security program that is not a new program, it's an old program. It's been for several years, in assisting in any capacity as ICE may need it in a regular job. So basically, you don't, the program that we would be interested in would not be going out seeking anyone, but just as if, we do in our normal day, we come across people that may be here illegally and may have warrants, federal warrants, or stays for them to be, taken into custody, which would have to be done by a federal officer. Or obviously, if we already had criminal charges on them, then they would take them from the jail. So it's just basically doing what we already do, and just having a little bit more authority. There's a program, and it's I believe it's $100,000 towards vehicle, equipment, or transportation costs in any type of doing that. So buying squad cars, equipment for squad cars would come out of that $100,000. I believe it's a 2-year program. Also, every officer that would be certified would be $7,500 per year
Okay.
on top of that. So even if that officer does not, exercise those extra powers, they still would be giving, the town would still be given that $7,500 per officer.
Okay.
I know there's a couple other communities, I won't mention it here for sure, but I know there's 2 other communities in our county that are looking at this. I know of some others in the area that have signed up for it.
So the money would go actually to the town, not directly to the
Correct.
officers, so it could
Correct.
be used for their wage and not an add-on to the wages
Well, it
that
would
we
not
would
be,
have to pick up.
that would not be, from what I've been told, you can't use it for wages on the
Okay.
$7,500.
Okay.
Now, they will pay, as it says in that brochure, it also, they will pay up to so much if overtime's incurred by
Okay.
doing that duty.
Okay.
They'll
so
pay
the
up to-
officer will make money from it?
No, the
$7,500?
town. The
The
town will be
town.
reimbursed.
Town.
The town.
Officer sees no money, sees no compensation, except for what his work compensation would be. And then, now, if you were to do this and you had to transport, a lot of this is just transporting them into a facility, which I think Peru is the closest facility here from what
Okay.
I've been told. So you would just transport them to there. Now, if there was overtime incurred that the town would incur to pay, then the federal government would pay that, would compensate for that.
Nice.
But like I said, most of it's just assisting and doing what you're normally doing. You're not out seeking, you're not going door to door, you're not checking for trying to find people. It's just someone that you come across in your normal days, which there's been times I've come across people. And then have committed actual criminal crimes too, and then that information would pass on to federal agents. Anything and actions that you do above and aboard would be part of the federal government's responsibility.
I think a good thing to do would be for me to put it on the listserv and see if communities, how many, and if they've done it, how it's gone, and
Yeah.
see if we can get some information.
Yeah, what is the process required to sign it? Is it just a
So
sign?
they
for
have an
it?
agreement, and it's called
That's all that
it's
we get to
a
talk
MOA,
Oh,
or,
really?
Miranda,
Miranda?
whatever. memorandum of agreement.
Okay.
And I do have access, and we can look at, like I said, the two local agencies are looking at, I've been told that they've passed that contract on to their attorney's office to overlook it and
Overlook
everything.
it.
It's a standard, it's not specific to
Okay.
anything.
It'd be interesting, I wonder if we can go on here and actually see we should be able to go on there and
That's what I
see
mean.
for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
I'd like
Yeah,
to look at
I
it.
think if you go on the website, it
Yeah.
actually shows the agencies.
Okay.
Indiana's got, I don't know how many, but not a whole bunch,
Yeah.
but it's starting to go from just what I'm
Okay,
hearing.
so we can go in there and look at it.
Because of, and I know one of the other local agencies, we got our body cams free from, or not free, excuse me, from the county government, and it was $20,000 for 5 years. Well, those will be coming up soon. I know that was talked of using some of that money. The $7,500 you could use for equipment or things like that.
I will
And-
say the communities use the same attorney we do.
Okay.
Correct. So
Done.
maybe just wait to and
See
find
what-
out.
See what they
and
find
then-
out, yeah.
Yeah, because those
Yeah,
two
that's my
committees.
point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think one was going with one of the attorneys and the other was going with one of the others, same firm. But,
Okay.
Well, it depends on who's assigned the case.
Okay.
so
Yeah, that'd be great.
it's something they're looking at. They're using it to help offsuit some of the,
Yeah.
the local income tax that may or may not, or what's going on. We're not, that uncertainty there, that helps do that. Obviously, the 100,000 would be towards transportation, so that would be either fuel costs, equipment, or a whole squad car you need used to help do that. So most of all the money is for equipment based. It's not for salary based, except for we'll pay up to some overtime fees.
Overtime, yeah.
If there's overtime incurred during,
Okay.
during that procedure or whatever you're doing.
And that's only for 2 years, though.
I
It's not-
believe it's 2
okay.
years.
Okay,
That's
that wouldn't continue. Okay.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
have to look at the actual contract and see what it is, but yes, and then you can re-up to it also. Obviously, I'm sure they probably, I don't know how easily they renew.
Right. Okay.
Obviously, probably more
Probably
active.
it could all change with
activity-based.
administrations too.
Well, this has gone through several administrations. It's not a new one.
Nice.
Okay.
So it's like I
Maybe it's
said,
here
this
to
is
stay.
not new. It's just something that's been brought to light.
Okay.
that
Okay.
could be used, I guess. So that's something that you guys entertain, how you deal with it. But like I said, you could, literally, every part-time officer could go through the training, and then you would get $7,500 for every part-time officer you have also.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
Also, obviously, talking about part-time pay, on the sheet I gave you, we're falling very
Yes.
far behind.
Okay.
We're at $20 an hour. Markle's at 33, Andrews is at 30.
Yeah.
Roanoke's at 25, but they're not getting really anybody to work. I mean, they just took a new marshal, so things are in limbo there, but at 25, they weren't getting very much help either.
Once we are at full staff, we probably won't need a lot of,
Well, that was something we could cut back on, yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
But we've got
And
that meantime, though.
again, I have to remind you that the third officer, that's going to be an impact on your budget.
Um,
An officer costs about 100,000, or 80 to 100,000 a year,
what
an
is,
employee.
with having 3, I mean, the only times we'd really need part-time would be more like
Vacations or
festival-
something,
oh,
or festivals, yeah.
okay.
Festivals and
Maybe
stuff like that.
vacations, definitely
Maybe
festivals,
vacations.
things like that would be nice.
Okay.
Like I said, having 3 new ones, it's going to be a different type of scheduling, and obviously, we're not going to overlap. We're going to try to cover as much as we can.
Okay.
so when we're having our festival, I've always wondered about that, and I see county guys down here, are they being paid by the town? I didn't figure they probably were, I wondered. but-
We used to get county reserves, but now they have so few, they don't work anymore.
Okay.
So we usually rely on the DAP team a lot to help do traffic on the parade day and then fireworks.
Fireworks.
Okay.
I gotta say,
Yeah,
fireworks,
makes
man,
sense.
they get everybody out of town in about 10 minutes, don't they? That thing, that
Put it
works
down.
great.
If we have enough officers, yes, it can be done pretty
It
efficiently.
is done pretty well.
Speaking of fireworks, I copied the fireworks ordinance for you, and I apparently did not bring it with me because we've already begun to get calls about what the firework regulations are and whether they're gonna be enforced. So there's undercurrent, because it's really been, well, on our side of town, I don't know if you hear it so much. Well, yeah, you do hear it on your side.
Yes.
Fireworks?
Yes. at
Oh, yeah.
Odd
Yeah.
hours and whatever, so, I made a copy of the ordinance for you, I'll get it to you. It's pretty clear, yeah, but it's just not been, so.
Okay. Well,
I thought I would publish it and get it out there early,
Does it change year to year?
No.
No.
Okay.
It's the same.
It's been pretty substantial. That's pretty based on almost the state statute, pretty
Yeah,
close.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, you know,
Okay.
it's till dusk, and over here they shoot till midnight.
It's 2 hours
and
after dusk, but yes.
Over there they shoot till 2 in the morning.
Well, sometimes it's out in the county and we can't really control that
Right.
because they don't have an ordinance to my knowledge.
Usually,
Right.
usually when I'm mowing, my neighbor throws them at me, which is kind
Yeah,
of
I
funny.
understand the
just for fun.
county, but these are in town.
Trying to think what's wrong.
Okay, well,
Perfect,
I
thank
think
you.
we look into the
Absolutely.
ice thing and
Thank you.
meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned.
All right.